Enterprise architecture, EA, is one of the fastest growing disciplines in the industry, and the Open Group Architecture Framework, or TOGAF, is a widely adopted EA framework. Receiving your TOGAF 9.0 certification from the Open Group is one of the best ways to identify yourself as a certified enterprise architect. But what's driving this interest in enterprise architecture? The simple answer is business IT alignment. The enterprise architecture process has led to better business IT alignment, more efficient IT operations, better planning, more visibility, and more informed decision-making and designs. Enterprise architecture has shown its effectiveness in a wide range of industries and across an equally wide range of projects, and is known for its effectiveness in providing a strategic context to IT projects. In this introductory module, I will provide an overview of the TOGAF certification as well as the benefits of this course. We will review a real-world example of how enterprise architecture can improve architecture design and development in an organization. Let us now review a real-world example that will demonstrate how a government agency embarked on an e-government transformation using TOGAF to streamline the services provided to consumers. A government agency was given the mandate to introduce e-services to the citizens. In the first phase, the basic e-services such as birth and death registrations, resident cards, driving license, and online health and citizen records were targeted for rollout. In other words, the agency had to convert its manual services to e-services. This required complete transformation of the way the agency conducted its business. The manual business services had to be converted to e-services. The information systems had to be upgraded to enable e-service delivery. And the underlying infrastructure had to become capable of handling the load of high-volume online transactions. To achieve this transformation, senior management of the agency wanted a robust process that would provide them an understanding of current limitations, of future requirements, the gaps, and a roadmap to achieve desired results. For this purpose, I recommended Enterprise Architecture and TOGAF framework. TOGAF would provide a step-by-step approach to undertake any transformation initiatives. At the same time, it would give the agency better visibility and understanding of its current organization through definition of baseline and target architectures. A gap analysis would highlight the shortfalls. Finally, a roadmap would guide them on addressing the gaps. I convinced the senior management that TOGAF is the best framework because its architecture development method would help them go through each step of the transformation journey with ease and in-depth clarity. The framework gives equal emphasis to various domains of any organization, viz. Business, information systems, technology, and people. Finally, we received the go-ahead to adopt TOGAF. In the initial stages, we trained all the key stakeholders, including senior management and team members, on the benefits of enterprise architecture and TOGAF as an architecture framework. We advised the senior management on how to build architecture capability within the agency. We defined the role and responsibilities of the key architects and guided the management on deploying, hiring the architects. The architects were then sent for TOGAF training and certification. Within 2 to 3 years, the agency succeeded in completing the transformation projects and rolling out the first set of e-services. Today, we're able to access basic information and perform basic transactions online through these e-services. Adoption of TOGAF resulted in the following key benefits: real-time information access, standardized services and process, ability to conduct business online and in quick time, high level of consumer satisfaction, multiple delivery channels for accessing the business services, less waiting time for consumers, ability to provide more and efficient transactions to consumers by agency, more transparency and reduced bureaucracy, better return on investment of existing IT assets, a secure, scalable, and resilient architecture capability for addressing future demands by consumers and regulators. In summary, TOGAF will provide to be a great transformation tool to roll out and manage change in any organization. Organizations are embracing TOGAF to obtain better visibility of their organization and an end-to-end traceability from business capability to IT systems. They use TOGAF to define the enterprise architecture blueprint that acts as a catalyst to improve business IT alignment, optimization, standardization, federation, and agility of their organization. TOGAF is an acronym for the Open Group Architecture Framework. As the name suggests, TOGAF is an architecture framework developed by the Open Group, a technology-neutral and vendor-neutral consortium. TOGAF has been developed through the collaborative effort of more than 300 Architecture Forum member companies from some of the world's leading IT customers and vendors, and represents best practice in architecture development. TOGAF was first initiated in the 1990s as a method for architecture development. In 1995, TOGAF 1.0 was released. It was mainly based on the Technical Architecture Framework for Information Management, the TAFIM. In 2001, TOGAF 7 was released. TOGAF 8 was released in December 2002. TOGAF is a registered trademark of the Open Group since 2005. In November 2006, TOGAF 8.1 was released. The latest version is TOGAF 9.1, released in December 2011. What distinguishes TOGAF from other architecture frameworks is its process-oriented methodology for architecture development. Using TOGAF as the architecture framework allows the development of architectures that are consistent, reflect the need of stakeholders, employ best practice, and give due consideration both to current requirements and to the likely future needs of the business. Through its architecture development method, TOGAF provides a step-by-step approach for developing enterprise architecture. The ADM describes a process for deriving an organization-specific enterprise architecture that addresses business requirements. It can be used incrementally, which makes it applicable for small to large-scale organizations. TOGAF provides guidelines and frameworks to understand the capability, people, process, and technology required for defining enterprise architecture. The key benefits of TOGAF are its ability to provide better visibility of the organization through a mapping of business, information systems, and technology domains. The business and IT decision cycle is reduced if stakeholders see a quantified view of positive changes that EA can provide. TOGAF provides a better return on existing investment by reducing complexity in IT infrastructure, maximizing return on investment in existing IT infrastructure, reducing risk in new investments, and improving reusability of existing architectural artifacts. My first involvement in TOGAF-led enterprise architecture was more than 5 years ago on a large transformation project for a government agency. The vision of the agency was to move from manual services to e-services through the enterprise architecture discipline. I used TOGAF ADM to define the current and target business information systems and technology architecture. Through the gap analysis, identified and prioritized a roadmap for the rollout of e-services that would provide maximum benefits to the consumers. The architecture provided a scalable blueprint to the agency to define and roll out more services in the future. What I liked best about this approach was the TOGAF approach is reusable and can be tailored to the needs of any organization. Having end-to-end visibility of the IT implementation was revolutionary to me. Since then, I have become a big proponent of TOGAF and enterprise architecture. So what companies are using TOGAF? Well, just about every major company in every marketplace today. Have you wondered how Deutsche Telekom, faced with tremendous changes in the business and technology environment, achieved a wide-range business transformation initiative using TOGAF? TOGAF is used across market sectors ranging from academia, government, IT, energy and utilities, transport and logistics, and others. The top companies with TOGAF 9 certified architects are Capgemini, IBM, HP, Oracle, BP, Deloitte, Cisco, CGI. This course will introduce you to the core principles of enterprise architecture, including the terminology, structure, and basic concepts of TOGAF 9. Enterprise architecture produces an enterprise-wide blueprint depicting the relationship between various domains of an organization. EA uses this blueprint to show the traceability from business capability model to information systems. It connects all components of the enterprise business, information, application, and technology. It facilitates alignment between the business and its IT vision. In this course, we will begin with an introduction to enterprise architecture, including a section on how TOGAF developed as an architecture framework. We will review the TOGAF guidelines and techniques that assist in the acceptance, production, use, and maintenance of enterprise architectures. Central to TOGAF is the architecture development method, ADM. We'll see how ADM can be used as a step-by-step approach to define business, application, data, and technology architectures by aligning each component to the overall business and IT vision. The course is strategically designed to provide an understanding of the basics with the help of real-life examples. The course also aids in understanding the requirements and tests your knowledge. The TOGAF certification is achieved through a two-level examination: TOGAF 9 Foundation and TOGAF 9 Certified. The TOGAF 9 Foundation examination, also called TOGAF 9 Part 1 examination, comprises 40 questions in a simple multiple-choice format covering the Level 1 learning outcomes. Each correct answer scores a single point. You need to achieve 55% or 22 or more points out of a maximum of 40 to pass the examination. The TOGAF 9 Certified examination, also called TOGAF 9 Part 2 examination, comprises 8 complex scenario questions with gradient scoring. This exam is open book and covers the complete Level 2 learning outcomes. The correct answer scores 5 points, the second best answer 3 points, and the third best answer 1 point. The distractor scores 0 points. You need to achieve 60% or 24 or more points out of a maximum of 40 to pass the examination. Note that there are no prerequisites for the TOGAF 9 Combined Part 1 and 2 exam. Any and all candidates are eligible to take this examination. There is no penalty for wrong answers, so make sure you answer every question even if you're not entirely sure of the answer. One of the reasons TOGAF is such a valuable certification for an enterprise architect is the global recognition of the open group. TOGAF is recognized as an important requirement for companies the world over looking for experienced and knowledgeable enterprise architects. The certification demonstrates not only your understanding of basic concepts of enterprise architecture and TOGAF, but also your ability to apply them in enterprise architecture development. Additionally, it enables you to demonstrate to employers your level of professionalism in architecture principles, framework, guidelines, and standards and governance. Let's now start with the first lesson of the TOGAF certification course, which is an introduction to enterprise architecture.